Welcome to the exercise 7. In this exercise, you will again be doing some basic printing, but there are a few special characters as compared to the last one that you must pay attention to in order to understand. So, first, what I want you to do is pause this video, copy this exact file, copy this exact program just the way I have written it inside your own text editor. And once you're done copying this program, save it as ex7.py, preferably on your desktop. Open up your terminal, type in Python 3 and then a space, drag this ex7.py and drop it inside this, and you see that it has already determined the address where this file is located at. Hit return and you will see the file run pretty smoothly. So it's a nursery rhyme. I guess everyone knows about it. So anyway, let me explain this program one by one, step by step, line by line. So this first line is basically a very normal print statement which we have been doing so far, so I need not explain that. The second line, however, the second line doesn't have an F before this, since it has an empty curly bracket inside this string. This is a string, by the way, the one in green, the line in green, which is in between these double quotations. This line is a string. Now, instead of defining another variable which contained this string and then using that variable inside this print statement like how we did in the last exercise, we directly use this string inside the print statement. We left a curly bracket at the end open. I mean, we didn't have anything inside it. We closed the double quotes and then we used the format function which we saw in the last exercise. Dot format, parenthesis. Now the only thing that's different in this function from the last exercise is that while in the last exercise we used the variable inside this round brackets, we used a predefined variable which contained a string. We did that. Instead of doing that, we directly use a string inside this dot format function. So what this basically does is directly put this are inside of this curly bracket inside this print statement. Okay, then we define yet another variable which we named as up above, and its value we defined as a string which we said as so high. Notice that it's enclosed within a single quote. It can even be enclosed within double quotes, it doesn't matter, but it's preferable that for now you use double quotes. So this variable up above has the value is equal to so high. Now another print statement. This is a very similar print statement to the last exercise. We use the F to format this string, double quotes, and we write our text, and we use these curly brackets and we put in this variable which we defined right here up above. So this value so high will directly be printed, will directly be overwritten inside of this curly bracket. So it will be formatted like this. Now line 5 is just basically another print statement. Now line 6 is something interesting. So what this basically does is taking this full stop inside of this double quotes inside this print statement and we multiply it by 20. So if you count these full stops, there'll be 20 in number. Okay, so a full stop will be printed 20 times. Try replacing this full stop with something else like a number or some character or value or whatever, a sentence, a word, and try multiplying it with some different number, and you will see that that number will be printed as many times you have multiplied it by a certain number, by that particular number. So now yet we define a few more variables. One of them is 1 and the other is 2, TWO 3, 4, 5, 6, and its values we gave as N, U, R, S, ER, R, Y. So this ER, I use these two together only to show you that it doesn't really matter how you use them together. They'll be printed just the same. It doesn't really matter. So you can even write nursery in the variable 1, and you need not have all of these variables, but I use these variables to show you that it doesn't really matter. And we define few more variables, A, B, C, D, E, and R, H, Y, M, E are their string values of these particular variables. Now we have two print statements. The first print statement will be printing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So like the previous exercise where we printed left and right of the two strings, what this print statement does is print all of these letters together in one bunch, like how we have here nursery. So all of these NURSERY will be printed together in one line without any spaces in between, while the line 22nd has another print statement which says that all of these RHYME, all of these letters will be printed together like this on the next line, since this is another print statement. Now what if you want this to be on the same line? What if you want nursery and rhyme, these two words to be on the same line? What then? Well, you go to the line 21st of the print statement, and inside of this parentheses, right after the last variable, which is 6 in this case, you put in a comma first. Make sure you put in a comma, otherwise if you just type some text right here, it will consider it to be a part of this variable itself, which is 6. So make sure that you put in a comma after the last variable, which is 6, put in a space, type in end, END, then is equal to, and then type in single quotes, right? After doing that, save this file and run your terminal again. Type in Python 3 and hit a space, drag and drop this file, hit enter. You see here it has been printed on the same line, but there is no space between nursery and rhyme. Why so? Well, that is because we didn't leave a space inside of this single quote. So put in a space here, save this file again, make sure you save the file, run this file again in terminal, type Python 3 and a space, drag and drop this file, and you see that there is a space between nursery and rhyme. Pretty interesting, right? So what I want you to do now is create a few more files, a few more programs on your own, just like this one. It can be very different from this one, but it should be using these characters which I did right here, and write a comment in English above each and every line. Well, this is basically gonna be the same information, the same study drill for all the exercises that you don't understand. Write a comment in English above each and every line that you don't understand to get a better understanding of these lines. And if you still don't get this file, try going backwards. Try reading this file backwards, which will help you get detached from the meaning that each and every single line has. So what I mean by that is, read the line 22nd first and try to understand what that means. Then read line 21st, then go to the 19th line, then to the 18th, and then to the 17th, and so on and so forth, right? And from now on, what I want you to do is, whatever errors you make, and you will make a lot of errors, everyone makes errors, whatever errors you make, what I want you to do is take pen and paper and write down those errors And before going to the next exercise, review your errors and make sure that you don't make the same mistakes in the next exercise. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I'd be more than obliged to answer them. Please leave a comment down below. Thank you so much.